everybody, it's Christine. It is day 6 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. Let me show you the sketch. It's by Sarah Davies. And what we have is 2 photos here and they're kind of on a little shelf. And then there's a little bit of cluster down here. So it's a real nice, simple layout. I mean, she's got like, clusters here and there and everything. And some tabby things. So what I have is, no ma'am, thank you, is the April 2023 Scrap Room Flavors of the Month. All I have left is this baby bit here. I have this one full-size sheet. It's a Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Life in Bloom, and I really love this collection. It's really pretty. I want to use this side because I think I'm going to cheat and use this here as kind of that lower right cluster. And this up here is kind of in the same general sense of, my cat is stepping all over my iPad. Anyway, this is in the same general sense. What I have is actually technically one photo. And it actually was my daughter back when she used to model. This was actually a picture of a computer where she was like the ad online. My daughter sent me a picture. So I like that. But then I also had the back side of this paper, which does have a little cutout. So I think I might use this little cut apart here. Beautiful U. I still have some stripes here, so I might end up mounting the photo on this and then maybe using the black. I'll have to play with that. And then I just have this small little baby bits of stuff here. So, honey, I may have to get into stash, y'all. In fact, I probably will. So I haven't figured that part out yet, but I will. She doesn't really show a title per se, so we'll have to kind of look. I mean, this says important. That could be, I like that because it matched that yellow on that thing there too. I thought this was kind of pretty. So, and I kind of should beef this up a little bit with something. So I'll have to find some stuff and I'll dig into stash for that. But this is what I'm starting with. So I'll cut up just a few little things and I'll be back on in a second. Y'all, I gotta apologize first off. That cat, I did not realize that her tail was right in the camera the whole time. You know when you have stuff that happens to you like all the time, like noise or smell or something, you kind of become blind to it. Well, I'm essentially blind to when this cat is in the middle of stuff most of the time because she's just always there. So I don't even realize it anymore. Okay, what I did decide to do was to go ahead and mount that paper on black cardstock. I just felt like it needed a little something. So I did that. So I did trim down that paper, the Simple Stories paper, about a 1/4 inch, I guess it was. Not much. I just wanted to give a little nice black border. So I did that. And now I'm mounting my photo and my little cut apart on this stripes paper here, which I did do the little cut apart. I gutted it out because I wasn't 100% sure if I was going to use that strip paper any other kind of way. And I wanted to make sure I still had some left. So I had just kind of gutted it out. And then I used it as a photo mat here. I don't actually end up using much of it. That's a lie. That's a total lie. I do cut some stuff out of the backside as from the cut aparts. You'll see that kind of in a minute, I think. Or I may not do that on camera, but on the backside there was some tickety things like on the print. And then there was some butterflies in one of the cut aparts. And so I'll fussy cut those out basically. And you'll see me place those in just a minute. So this is again where I'm kind of using the black cardstock. I just decided it needed to be kind of offset, from the paper a little bit. And I think this looks really pretty, y'all. I'm not going to lie. I was so pleased with how this layout came out. And it really didn't take me much time at all because I used the pattern on the paper. I was kind of patting myself on the back, tried not to break my own arm, using this pattern paper here as kind of a jumping off point for the little clusters and things. And I think it turned out really cute. So here's where I'm just trying to figure out, okay, my little shelves and stuff, my little shelf for my photos and the title and whatnot. I do a couple things. I will get into my stash. This is where I'm kind of debating on that little piece. I don't use that little piece. This is where I'm looking at the back side. See, it's got those little tickety looking things and the butterflies. So I've cut those out. I've also got into my stash of branding strips. Now, she had like a little scallop branding strip. I don't actually cut a scallop, but I did find one that had like little green stripes that are kind of in a scallop like print. So I'll use that. And then I found a little purple branding strip in my bucket over there. So I'll end up using that. Now, I do make it a little hard on myself. I try to use double-sided tape, and I kind of overcomplicate this just a little bit. I don't know why I do that, y'all. I do that every single time I'm trying to lay branding strips. It's almost silly. I try to use, double-sided tape, and then I feel like I just kind of overcomplicate the whole thing. But in the end, it looks cute, so it's okay. So the other thing I got into, you can kind of see on the left-hand side over there, is I have some little tiny puffy stickers. I can't read that right now, and I've put them away. I believe they may be Maggie Holmes, but I'm not going to swear. I think so, because it has a swan in it. I know she tends to do that. So I believe they're little Maggie Holmes puffies. And they're real tiny. They're just like little sprinkles almost. So I'll use those. And then, as I've said, I've got the little tickets cut out. And then I cut out a couple of butterflies from the cut aparts. And I'm really pleased because I don't have to do much in that lower right, y'all. I really cheated big time on that lower right corner down there because that camera and all that stuff is just so pretty. I left it mostly alone, and I'll just stick those 2 butterflies down there, and I'll stick 1 puffy sticker down there, and then that's all I do. But it looks really filled out, so I'm not sad about it at all. I'm going to use that little card there is going to be my journaling spot. So because I'll put on there one of Brooke's ads when she modeled. She is so beautiful. It takes my breath away. June 2018. That's when that picture was taken. So I'm pretty pleased with that. Y'all, I got lucky. My daughter, because she did model, I have a ton of photos even yet still in my buckets and things like that. So if I ever really feel like I just have to have a high quality photo for a particular layout, which sometimes I get in that mood, sometimes I don't mind snapshots at all. And sometimes I kind of want, a real high quality photo just because the papers inspire me so much. So I actually also cut that little postage stamp looking deal. It's a real big postage stamp with a butterfly on it. I cut that out of the cut aparts as well. And then I used a little hole punch on the sides to kind of punch the little round spots. Although a couple of them didn't kind of come all the way out, but I don't really care. I'm just going to let it be there. I did mess up though, y'all. You'll see me in a minute. Or did I do it already? Oh, no, I'll do it right now. I'm going to tear this darn leaf here. I go, oh, shoot. I'm using my tape gun, and I tore that right off, but it's okay because it's going to go up underneath my little postage stamp here. I do put that on foam, and I put the important on foam, and then I'll put some foam stuff up underneath the wings of the butterflies in the lower right corner. There's also one little piece of a goodie that came with the kit in the scrap room stuff that had the word return on it. If I'm 100% honest, I stick it on here because why not? It's a little circular element. I don't really know what return would mean, but you know what? It looked cute anyway, so I stuck it on here. I had to adjust it just a tad, but so I think at this point, I think I've got my foam down. Oh, well, here's where I'm doing the butterflies. I do use a little Nuvo Glow in the middle, and because I do that, you guys see me do that all the time. So I'm going to put that little bit of Nuvo Glue in there after I put this foam on here. So I'll flush that piece out, and I do. I don't remember now if I leave when I do the journaling on camera or not, but like I said, I do write that on there. And I don't use any mixed media. The paper itself has kind of sprinkly stuff and almost mixed media looking effects, if you want to call it that, like where there's some blue and greens and stuff like that. I just think this paper is just beautiful. I will say it can be tricky to use, right? If you're not 100% sure about how to use it, this is a good way. You can look at a sketch or something and see where clusters kind of are on a sketch. And if your papers, a lot of times the papers will, because it's design, right? So you'll see things kind of in similar spots. You can kind of make those work a lot of times. Also, you can always fussy cut the pattern, the little pictures or images or something out of these fancy papers. But I was pleased with how this one turned out. So here's where I'm going to pull out my little puffies. I'm going to kind of sprinkle these around. And then that's really all I'm going to do after that. I don't have to do much else. This is a short video because this layout didn't take me, I guess I did fussy cut the thing, so it took me just a little bit of time to do that, but I did that off camera. So other than that, though, there wasn't anything that took me any real amount of time. My puffies that I use a little bee, a little gray flower. I use a little butterfly in the lower right, and then I use another little flower on the right-hand side of the cut-apart journal card thing there. And then one other tiny little flower on the little today little tag looking thing. And that's all the little puffies. I think I just used a little Nuvo Glue to kind of keep that, what do you call that? That end of that branding strip kind of tacked down there. And then that's all I'm going to do, y'all. This turned out so cute. I'm actually pretty pleased with it. Sometimes I start something, I'm not sure, but this turned out real cute. So here's the slowdown. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you check out the playlist. We most likely have dozens and dozens now. You guys are going to notice over the course of time of this month here, since there's so many playing anymore and it's every day, it'll end up being a couple hundred videos, so y'all better keep up. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.